Hi, so welcome to this edition of pre-open market watch, where we're going to discuss some of the weak stocks जो फ्यूचर में जाके हमें कुछ अच्छी शॉर्टिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दे सकते हैं, या ये बहुत अच्छी रिवर्सल कैंडल्स भी हो सकते हैं. यहाँ से रिवर्स करें तो दे माइट बी अ good candidate for a better risk reward ratio if you are interested. So before we start, first of all, सबको हमारी स्वतंत्रता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. Happy Independence Day to all of us, and it's really a great day for every one of us to have completed 75 years of independence, right? So without further ado, let's start. So from going forward, so ये कुछ companies हैं जो आप देख रहे हो कि this is trading very near its multi-session low, and definitely these are some of the counters which are weak, and so going forward there may be more weakness in these counters. एक है Metropolis में it seems like there is more weakness to come, and if it is unable to move past 2800, ये हमने सुबह 10-10:30 बजे on Friday we discussed on this one, and it was not able to even go past 2750 levels. So no matter what, try to keep a watch on 2800 levels. अगर वो levels cross करती है, then the next stop would be 3000. Similarly, Bosch is also showing some weakness. It had a good fall, and now you can see it tried to move up, and there's an upper wick, and so we have to see if it is able to move past and close above 14,500. MRF is also one of the counters. It seems like this might be a good candidate for if it is unable to go to past 80,000. But again, MRF is a very illiquid stock, so basically it's not for trading, and इसमें हमारी ज़्यादा कुछ interest है नहीं. Petronet is also one of the very good candidates, in the sense it was in a tight range. You can see from 215 to 222 levels, and then it gave a breakdown, and then you can see immediately it reversed, and right now it's trading around about at above 215 closing. So theoretically this is a very typical structure जो अगर ये 215 and especially अगर 214 levels तोड़ती है, so basically this can go towards 210 levels. But again, this is very much a crude dependent, so there is also risks involved where there can be a very sudden change of sentiment. Grasim is also looking weak, and so if it is unable to hold this levels of 15,000, so more weakness can come in, and theoretically if these levels of 1480 are breached, then basically it can totally come towards 1440 and then eventually 1400 levels. UBL is also sort of weak. It has always faced resistance at higher levels at 1500, and so from 1500 levels it has corrected towards 1400, and then last two sessions is trying to make some move. So going forward, UBL should be in your list, and try to see if it is able to take out this levels of 1425 on the higher side, and then it might continue its next leg. And if not, and if it is if it starts trading below 1380, then there may be more weakness coming in UBL. Shri Cement also, you can see it's trading very near its multi session low. This is from 26th of July, and today is 15th of August, so it has been 3 weeks, and it has had a continuous profit booking, and so going forward maybe 26,000 will act like a good support for it. Even Coal Pal, ये हमने बहुत पहले से ही इसको as a weak counter, we have discussed it on multiple weekly sessions, and you can see the way it's going forward, it seems like it might be able to give us a move. अगर ये 1700 के ऊपर close करती है, then we would be very much be interested in Coal Pal. Until then we will just wait for 1600 levels, and now it's trading around about at 1640 levels. Lupin, this was one of the very good short candidates, and here you can see there was a huge gap down after the result, and so right now it's trying to get a support until and unless it closes above 1000 levels. Is not of interest to me. Going forward, I think it will go towards 940 and eventually 920 levels, and so this might be a good sort of trade which might come up in the very short term. Maruti has been in a consolidation after the result, so this was the move after the result, and then इट हैज़ बीन कंसोलिडेटिंग ये 200.7000 और 7200 के बीच में ही ये बहुत सेशन से कंसोलिडेट कर रहा है. नाउ यू कैन सी दैट द साइज ऑफ द कैंडल्स आर getting very much reduced, and whenever it dips towards 6950 levels on multiple occasions, it has been able to get a support. Actually हमने मारुति का analysis we did after this particular breakdown which happened, or maybe this one, एंड थियोटिकली तब हमने जो पैटर्न डिस्कस किए थे, जो ट्रेडिंग स्ट्रैटेजी डिस्कस किए थे, दैट्स स्टिल वैलिड. यू विल फाइंड दैट वीडियो इन माई इन चैनल. सो इफ़ यू आर वांट टू हैव आइडिया कि तब मैं किस तरह से टेक्निकल एनालिसिस किया था, यू विल फाइंड दैट ओवर देयर. Marico is also looking weak, and going forward it might correct towards 500 levels, which will be a very good psychological support for Marico. And together with that, Hind Petro is again a news based, just like we saw Petronet, and so depending upon the crude levels, you can see it's trading very near its multi session low levels. It seems like it's trying to get a support. We will try to see if it is able to close above 260. Right now is at 255 levels. BALKRISIND industry is also it seems like there is more weakness going to come, and especially this move came after the result, and theoretically though the result was good, but the brokerage firms, they were not very much good. They were not very much happy with the targets, and so it corrected from 2500 levels, and now it's going to come towards 2200 levels. If it comes to 22, then this would definitely be something which I want to buy. And again, you can see that for multiple sessions it was able to maintain this 2300 levels, and now it's also trading near that. So if it is able to close above 24, this would again be a good candidate for us to trade and look into. Coal India, it seems like there is huge weakness going to come, and right now it's trading below 145, and going forward I can expect it to go towards 140. Coal India has been stuck between levels of 147 and 142. ये 5 रुपया में ही throughout multiple sessions ये trade किया है, and seems you can see whenever it goes towards 147, it always faces resistance, and it immediately corrects, and then it gets support from 142, and then it again goes towards it. So basically this is one of the good trades जिसको आप play out कर सकते हो. Nam India, so I remember this was the day when it gave a closing, and all the TV experts, they were shouting for BTSD and higher targets, but definitely at the end of the day मैं जब data analysis किया था, मैं बोला था इसमें ऐसा कुछ है नहीं कि this will guarantee that there will be an up move, and this is exactly what happened since last 5 sessions. It corrected from 400 to 380, and it seems like there is more weakness, and maybe क्योंकि ये जो support 390, this was a support you can see for a long period of sessions, and this was broken on a closing basis, and then it dipped towards 380. It got some support, but I think going forward ये 380 को भी breach करके this will go towards 360 levels. Berger Paint 850, it was unable to move past 850, और यही हमारा criteria था कि once it goes above 860, then we are going to enter this trade, but it was never able to. The maximum it went was 858.85 on this particular session, and then from there it corrected towards 800. It's trying to get a support. Let's see if it is able to get a support from 800 levels. Also Pidilite Industries ये 2300 से correct हो के 2200 तक आई. It tried to give a reversal, and then immediately there was this bearish candle, and this going forward, it seems like अगर 2200 breach होती है, then the levels of 2100 would come. Sun TV is definitely one of the counters जिसमें you should try to stay away from, because this is a very good bullish move which came in, and on that particular day at the end of the session मैं बोला था ऐसे कुछ डेटा फॉर्म हुआ नहीं है which will confirm that this is going to be in an uptrend, and now you can see since last 7-8 sessions it came and corrected towards the levels of 520, and now it's trying to get some support, but it seems like it is going to go towards 500 and 480 levels. Manappuram was making very small moves, and then we did short Manappuram from 200 levels, and this was also discussed earlier, and then we closed it at 180, but then theoretically it corrected towards 160 levels, and right now मैं Manappuram को बहुत दिनों से ही few sessions में market watch में मैं discuss कर रहा हूँ कि it seems like it will go towards 160. Right now it has not come towards 160, so this at least showcases that there is some buying interest right now over here. So we have to see if it is able to, and this fall came because of the result. So basically, and after the results also we can see that there is no immediate buying coming in, so it may be that there will be more weakness coming in Manappuram. The next counter is Bandhan Bank, which is also one of the counters which is trying to get a support between 290 and ये एक range में bound है between 310 and 290. So basically it seems like going forward this 300 straddle will be a very good strategy, which I think the market has already identified. If it is moved past 310, then Bandhan Bank would be one of the interesting trades. जिसके momentum trade हम ले सकते हैं. Exide Industries, we have always talked about how this is weak, and it seems like there is more weakness, and definitely it's going to go towards 160. From the looks of it, at the end of the day, it seems like this downtrend is still going to continue. And Exide Industries was one of the short trades which was recommended on Thursday evening for Friday, and you can see that this worked out really good. The way forward is 180 is a very strong resistance, and so basically you can go the way we traded is, even if it doesn't move from here and it tries to stick between 170 and 160, the time decay will take care of this 180 call if you are on the short side. Motherson Sumi is also trading near 220. This might act like a support, and if the levels of 220 are breached, then the levels of 200 are in vicinity. Biocon also we have discussed explicitly. We have done a technical analysis on Biocon. वो वीडियो आपको मेरे चैनल में मिल जाएगी. Just look for Biocon, and then you will see that ये Biocon exactly worked. ये सेशन में exactly work as we had predicted, और जैसे मैंने technical analysis इस पे किया था. So till it gives a closing above 380, it won't be of interest to me, and definitely अगर ये levels of 360 breach करती है, it will correct towards the levels of 344 and 340, और वहाँ पे जाके हम कुछ long term investments तब उसके बारे में सोच सकते हैं. Glenmark is weak. This was also one of the stocks जो हमने last week को discuss किया था. Then it was around over 600. From there it has corrected towards 560 levels, and maybe if it is not able to give a closing above 600, the weakness will still continue, and definitely this is also true for AUROPHARMA. AUROPHARMA was also one of the stocks which we have always discussed as a weak stock, और हमने बोला था कि जब ये levels of 880 breach करेगा on this particular day, we created the shorts, and from 880 years now below 800 levels. So this was a good trade, and it seems like going forward there's more weakness, and maybe it's a sell on rise, so every time it rises it will give you a good shorting opportunity. This is also true for Dr. Reddy. मैंने Dr. Reddy के इस fall के बाद बोला था I'm not going to touch Dr. Reddy until, even though it was trying to make a high low, but until and unless the levels of 5000 are breached on a closing basis, मैं इसमें interested नहीं हूँगा, and this is exactly what happened. Even though it was able to recover over the 5, 7, 8 sessions, in the next 3, 4 sessions it has given a breakout, and now right now it seems like it's going towards 4500, and this is also true for Page Industries. Page Industries had a fall after the result, and you can see this corrected from 34,000 levels, and then it tried to get a support, but it was unable to breach the 3300 levels. This was a very bearish setup, and on the next day itself again it was a very bullish setup, this one, because this was a totally devouring candle, and this looked good, but after the result you can see it has corrected, and now it seems like there is more weakness, and maybe the levels of 30,000 are in the vicinity. So folks, these are some of the stocks. Definitely Aisha Moto is also a weak stock, but still, it's not near, it's still above the lows of July. So basically just like Bajaj Auto is also sort of a weak stock, but since it's still able to maintain its ground of the lows it has formed, so that's the reason why it's not here. And going forward, I think these are few of the stocks which should be in your radar. So on a closing note, first of all is the levels, the interesting trade will be a Petronet. This will definitely turn out to be a very good short trade if the levels of 214 are breached, and similarly Grasim also will turn out to be a very good short trade if the levels of 1480 are breached, and so is also true for UBL, say for example, these are very weak structures. Lupin, we have to see if we are able to close above 1000. Yeah, 1000 tak jayegi, fir it will face resistance, and then we have to follow what comes next after that. Maruti is definitely one of the stocks which is poised to give us a move in a very short term, and maybe this is going more towards either it will, if it is unable to hold the levels of this 6900, then eventually 6400 would be coming. And on the higher side, definitely it's going to face a resistance round about at 7400 levels. So no matter what, is at 7000 levels. So जिस तरह भी जाएगी हमें अच्छा trading opportunity मिलेगा. Marico is weak, and so is Coal India. So these are also two of the counters which we have to. Nam India is also weak, and seems like this is going to go towards 360. Nam India is Nippon, and so basically this might be a very good candidate for some SIP allotments. And if you want to invest in this company, I am interested, so I would definitely be tracking it. Pidilite is also trying to hold this level of 2200, so this gave us a good bullish, and then there was no follow-up, but at least it's able to hold the levels of 2200. So this might be a very good reversal candidate in the short term. Manappuram also, it seems like there is some buying happening around about these levels, and so maybe Manappuram from the levels of 162. So right now the closing happened at 165, so from 165 we can expect some up move, and then eventually we will see if it is able to continue that, or whether it will be breaching this levels of 165 and then go downward. BANDHANBNK we already discussed, agar 290 breach ki, so this would be a good short candidate, and we have to see if it is able to close below 290. Biocon is also, we already discussed. There is more weakness to come. Glenmark is also sliding towards the levels of 550. Motherson Sumi is also trying to get a support at 220, but it seems like this is weak. Going forward, there might be a good sort of opportunity for it to slide towards the levels of 200. Dr. Reddy is weak, so is Page India, and so is AUROPHARMA. AUROPHARMA, we are going to see if AUROPHARMA is able to maintain this levels of 700, and any closing above 800 would be something which we would be interested. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video will give you all the list of all the stocks जो में short term में इसमें bearish sentiment है, so try to keep away from it. And if you are trying to take a trade on the momentum basis, और अगर आपको immediate you want immediate move, then it's better to stay away from this. But again, these are very good candidates for your लॉन्ग टर्म और मीडियम टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, जहाँ पे आप इन लेवल्स पे इसको बहुत कम क्वांटिटी में खरीद सकते हो, बट नॉट एवरीथिंग, ओनली द लेवल्स विच आई एक्सप्लिसिटली मेंशन फॉर दीज स्टॉक्स. थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर लिसनिंग, एंड वंस अगेन हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे. बाय बाय.